Hi, this is Dirty Bird Dina, July 29th, 5/8/294. So I found out last week that my insurance was denied. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about that. I went to my HR to talk to them about what was going on, and followed up with our insurance company and said, no, it's not covered. No, it was never covered. So I talked to the insurance specialist at the surgeon's office, who said that the person she talked to in December had said that it was approved. And she'd been out on vacation trying to catch up on everything. It doesn't look like I'll have any information from her until next week. But from my point of view, it doesn't look good that my insurance is going to approve it. So, looking at what my options are at this point, I did talk to my HR lady about getting it approved for our insurance plan in the next year, seeing what she can do about getting that included, but that wouldn't happen. Our insurance doesn't roll over until March of 2019. Another option would be to look into what's covered with my husband's insurance, which is a different company. And if it is approved, and if it's on my secondary, signing up for that, that wouldn't go into effect until January 1st, if it was a possibility. Third option would be to self-pay, which, from what I understand, gastric bypass surgery costs in this country $20,000 to $25,000. That's not an option at all for me. And I didn't write that down here, but I think it's a stretch. The hospital where the surgery would be taking place is St. Francis here, or OSF here in the Peoria area. And I know they have a charity that works with people that don't have insurance, but I don't know that I would qualify for that with this being an elective surgery. But that's something else I can look into. And the last option that I could think of was to continue to try to lose weight with the diet and exercise that I'm doing now. So, how I'm feeling about that, how things are at this point, I think it's fair to say that I'm disappointed, probably more accurate to say crushed. Hi, Izzy. I spent the better part of a year trying to adjust to the idea in my mind about what my life is going to look like. Just everything about my body, about so many of my behaviors, preparing for those to be permanently changed and having that accepted in your mind, and be ready for that last stage, like expecting to get a date within a month for that to happen, and then to have that taken away is it's hard. It really is. And trying to adjust to the idea that it might not happen at all. I'm also finding myself with feelings of jealousy of the other people in the class, the support group that have not had this problem, that just have had their insurance approved and come to the class and talk about when their next date is. I've not heard anybody go into that room and say, nope, my insurance was denied. So it's a feeling of jealousy. And I also am jealous of the people that I know who've had the surgery and it's been so successful. They look healthy. They look great. And it makes me feel, if you have that feeling of why not me? Why don't I get that? which isn't a healthy or productive mind thought. So I'm trying to work through that so it doesn't, consume me. So the next thing just is to talk about what I'm going to do now. And, I still have that conversation with the insurance specialist at the surgeon's office, what she's going to say about what she was told in December, who she talked to. But I just can't envision a insurance company saying, oops, we told you wrong, so we're going to cover it. I don't foresee that happening. But she might have an idea when she gets confirmation that it's not covered as to what to do, what options there are. But I'm afraid that what she's going to tell me is that it's simply not covered, so I'd have to self-pay. The other thing is to be looking at those two options for farther down the road. And the other thing is to just work on diet and exercise in my mindset that it's not going to happen, that the surgery is not going to happen, and be prepared for really both opportunities, both situations, kind of like Schrodinger's cat, both alive and dead at the same time. This surgery is both alive and dead. The possibility is that to try to accept both plans at the same time, despite how very different they are in my mind about what kind of life I can live or how I'm going to live my life, being drastically different, trying to exist in both worlds at the same time. I will say this, my husband's being very, very supportive about really focusing now on losing weight with me. And I think he had kind of the same mindset that I had before, that, we can kind of, if the option was, well, do I eat this cake right now? Well, I'm not going to be able to eat the cake for the rest of my life, so I could have a little bit now. Or, we love eating at Culver's, so if there's nothing else in the house and neither one of us feels like cooking, to just run and get Culver's, because the mindset has been up to this point, well, yeah, but surgery's coming up soon, so might as well do it now because we won't be able to then. So he's been able to shift his mindset to, he also needs to lose weight and for his health, and so he's being very super supportive about changing our lifestyle, both of us now, and I think that will help a lot. And he's done some thinking about it. He's done some research on things he would like to do, and I think it will help me to be able to support him too. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. So if anybody does watch this, and if anybody at all out there has gone through getting down to just getting the final assurance approval and getting that denied, what did you do? Tell me in the comments what's going on, and if you have any ideas, any support, I'd love to hear from you, and hope that nobody else has to go through this, but I just do hope that if I'm not alone, that that we can kind of help each other out. So leave those in the comments, and in the meantime, this is Dirty Bird Dina signing off.